And now it's going to be a sack. Chris Jones smokes Phillip Rivers right back at the 40.
He's not banking on the skill that he's been blessed with.
It's a Kelce, great catch, touchdown, Kansas City.
Level flings it across his body, and it's caught by Hall. Hill has it.
He came to
He came back.
30, he's at the 20, Dirty Dan, all the way to the end zone.
Okay, this is getting habit forming, and I like this habit. The Chiefs winning again in a dominant fashion, 26-3. Mitch Holthus with the voice of the Chiefs, along with 10-year NFL veteran, Chiefs ambassador Shawn Barber. How good was this win, just start to finish and controlling the Chicago Bears?
Hey, man, I hear you talk about that sweet nectar of the end zone. We found it 2 times in the first half, man. 3 drives, right? Every drive in the first half, every time we had the ball, a 15-play drive, 6-7-play drive, now a 13-play drive. The Bears just couldn't stop us. A lot of it was self-inflicted through penalties, but we made the most of it.
Yeah, this brings up something you and I talked about on the Defending the Kingdom podcast, was being patient against these guys. This Bears team doesn't give up 50-yard plays, but a 15-play drive for a touchdown, the patience and Mahomes taking what they were giving him.
Yeah, 8 minutes, chewed up the clock. Definitely, you could tell Trubisky wanted to try to get out there and do some things, right? He ran the ball early, RPOs, a little play-action pass, kept scrambling with the ball. He wanted to be the guy to win this game. He tried to take some of the shine away from Mahomes, but it was Mahomes' day. It was the Chiefs' day. Offense's defense. Defense held him to 3 points the entire game.
Again.
Defense stepped up.
That's fun. We'll have Travarius Ward on later in the show to talk about that defense. But the Chiefs in this game overcame 3rd and 17. They overcame 2nd and 28 to get scores in this game. I mean, you could just see it take the sass out of Chicago's defense.
Yeah, big play after big play. We knew their secondary, even though they didn't give up big plays sometimes, when it came down to straight man-on-man coverage, they didn't have anybody on that secondary that could stay with the Cheetah, nobody in the secondary could stay with Travis, and nobody in the secondary could stay with Hardman. Those guys at will could go and get 10, 12 yards at a pop. And then Sam Watkins, he showed up big in the first half to keep the chains moving. Again, Pat Mahomes, he winged it, he slinged it. He said he was going to be able to spin it in any condition. So I guess 45 degrees here in Chi-Town isn't too much to ask.
Yeah, it felt like summertime here. We're going to have Damien Williams on later in the show, too. The Chiefs were able to run the ball in this game when they needed to and wanted to, and I thought that kept Chicago off balance.
Yeah, 2 times Chicago's punter puts us inside the 5-yard line, and both times a big run on first down by Damien Williams kind of just opens up that playbook so Andy Reid can get back to calling plays. That was 2 of the biggest runs of the game, I think, when we were backed up and Damien Williams was able to grind out some yardage and kind of open things up for Andy.
But 2 weeks in a row, no touchdowns by the opponent. 23-3 last week, 26-3 in this game. This is kind of Schottenheimer-ish defense going on here.
The defense is getting so stingy. And it's not because they're just pressuring out the wazoo. They're not just bringing pressure from all kind of angles. It's just good, hard-nosed football. The guys up front, 4 guys up front playing solid. Up front, the front 7, you see your man Hitchens. Hitchens got down and dirty, man. He was coming after people trying to take their heads off early and often. I like to see that kind of play from the linebackers. And then our guys in the secondary, they played with patience and poise and made plays when they needed to.
Well, let's now see what Andy Reid is thinking. Let's go to the podium with the Chiefs head coach.
All right. So as far as the injuries go, Spencer Ware and Rashad Breeland, they tweaked their shoulders, both of them. So we'll just see how it goes. They both played and kept going. But other than that, we came out healthy. I'm proud of Matt and the job that he's done with this team, and it's a process. So, and he's going about doing it the right way, and he's been unfortunate plagued with some injuries, and that's cost him a little bit. But other than that, he's done a nice job. I'm proud of our guys and our coaches for the job they did. This team hasn't been beat by more than really 8 points. And I think it's 8 out of the last 9 games, 7 out of the last 8 games, something like that. It's which is quite a feat for our guys to rally it up at this time of the year and do what they did. Tyreek Hill and Kells had a nice day catching the ball. Patrick obviously had a nice day. throwing it. He had a couple TDs in there. I think maybe I'm most proud of is the job we did in the red zone. We came off a game that we were just okay, and we were able to put it down there. Time of possession was in our favor. Defense was unbelievable. I think Spags had a great game plan, and the guys believe in it. So you're getting this speed and accurate tackling with this, which is tough. And then a couple fourth down stops those were tough to do in this league, and we were able to bear down with that. It was great to have Suggs join us. Terrell did a nice job today. First couple times he was in, he got pressures on the quarterback, and that's a nice mix for a guy that's probably a future Hall of Famer here. So we're excited to have him on board. But Bucker with the 56-yard field goal there, a lot of trust in him. So we felt like he was good and this is Dave Tobe. Dave felt he was good from the 40 in, and so we were right there. We were cutting it close, but he drilled that thing and probably had a little bit of room there to spare. So it was good for him to get that. Anyways, all in all, good team win. Proud of the guys. It's a crazy week with Christmas coming up, but we wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And we've got to get back to the grinder right when we land and kind of get things going here for this coming game against the Chargers. So with that, time's yours.
It's hard for even someone like me to be easily impressed with tonight's performance, but knowing that the team could have, let itself down, obviously you still want to try to get the number 2 seed, but how impressed were you defensively? I mean, 2 weeks in a row, the team has only given up 3 points. Is this what you envision? You expect no envision this defense being, and then with Terrell added to the mix, just makes this defense that much more special? Yeah.
So, it's hard to predict the future in this business, but Spags is a heck of a coach, and so his production from past jobs, and I've had a long-term relationship here with the guy, so I've known him for quite a few years and understand the scheme that he has, and it's a pretty solid scheme. So it's just a matter of the players buying into it and then him being able to add to it every week, and that's a compliment to both Spags as coaches and the players for trusting in it. Things didn't start off great, but he was able to keep adding a bit here and there, and because of the guy's work ethic, ability to study and learn. And then Brett, for when guys went down, we've lost 2 good defensive ends. Brett went out and did his thing and bringing people in. So, my hat's off to him and his staff there.
Andy, you talked about the red zone, better in the red zone tonight. Any more of an emphasis to get that going this week?
Not necessarily. I mean, we're always looking to score there, but we did good. I'm not going to say it was extra emphasis, but because we always emphasize the red zone, but I thought our execution was good there.
How important is it to get that number 2 seed? If you guys can do that next week.
Yeah, listen, that's great. If we don't, we'll be ready for that too. So we don't, it's not in our hands necessarily there. So, we'll whatever we get. When you're in the dance, you got to be ready to dance, and you got to do it well. So.
But you're playing to win against the Chargers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And would you say, Coach, that the way that they've been playing, that they're already in that playoff mode, they're already in that playoff mentality following the break?
Listen, we got to finish the season, and then we'll get into that. But they're confident in one another, which I appreciate as a head coach, and so that's the most important thing at this time of the year for where we're sitting. We've got to take care of business, and we know the Chargers can be an explosive football team, so we understand that. So, and they're well coached, and that so we got to make sure that we do our thing.
Andy, was this a tough week, just trying to get ready to play against Matt, and knowing that he knows you and you know him pretty well?
Well, I was expecting anything and everything, so because I figured he'd bring it all out, and he brought out a few things. So, but we prepared for that, and it's a little different, when you're playing one of your guys, and but once the kickoff takes place and you're going, it's it's the game. You know, my eyes don't get too far off the game plan sheet, so I'm not looking at Matt to call the plays, and he's looking at me to call the plays. So, you know, we roll, and then we love each other up afterwards. But for those couple hours, man, we're gonna try to beat each other up a little bit.
Pat seemed to be kind of fired up to play against this particular opponent, I guess because of the quarterback was drafted ahead of him. Did you sense anything during the week or maybe even tonight that this game was maybe a little bit?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, things go on during the draft that are crazy, and who knows who said what, and you know, so I didn't notice that he was all that fired up for it. No, but I mean, other than having an opportunity to play, he gets. Let me put it this: he gets fired up every week. So I don't want to slight that, but you know, an extra amount of being fired up, if you can measure that.
What does it say about him and where he's at in his career when this is kind of a game like tonight is kind of his baseline? This is not even.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, you know, it takes a lot to be able to do that. You never take any opponent for granted, especially in this league. But I think ultimately, you know, we're committing ourselves to the process. A lot of guys love to practice, and on game days we come out, hair down, and we're more relaxed, if anything. I think we got to continue to do that, stick to the process, continue to enjoy practice, preparation, and then game days will be, you know, it'll be fun for us.
That's a big thing. A lot of talk about it, I would think, in terms of when you think about the right time to really start to get on a roll and to play well. It seems like all three phases of the game are right there.
Yeah, and you know, we're constantly building this thing up. We know we have a good football team, and we know that it isn't necessarily a limit to how great we can be. So we don't want to put a ceiling on ourselves. I think each and every week is more so us chasing improvement, trying to get better, and then coming out in these football games and really trying to set the tempo early on.
How about Coach Reid's message to you all after the game?
I think that's what Coach Reid is about. Obviously, you know, he's all about family. And I think we got to continue to keep getting better, continue to build each other up, encourage each other. And I think right now we just have to lock in this moment. Not many teams get the opportunity to, you know, to represent their state, represent their team in the playoffs. So we got a long road ahead, but I'm glad where we're at. We're coming together at the right time.
Appreciate you taking time, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Man, how about this defense? Travaris, 2 weeks in a row, no touchdowns. Meaning for this defense and the confidence you guys are building.
Yeah, we're going to keep building, keep getting better and better. Hopefully, in the future, we can get some shutouts, hold some opponents to 0 points. But we're going to keep building out these last 2 performances, keep getting better and better.
The other thing that's apparent, you guys have become outstanding. The red zone and goal to go. What about you guys digging your heels in as teams get close?
I mean, it's just a lot of effort. We take pride in like not let teams score when they get in the red zone. We want to get turnovers in the red zone, turnover on downs, any way possible, hold them out of the end zone. So we're gonna keep building on that.
So 4th down and goal to go. Looks like the Bears might score. They're gonna run a fade. Talk us through that play.
Yeah, they tried me when they play. Allen Robinson, he ran a good fade route. I mean, I did a good job pressing him to get my head around. Hopefully next time I can get an interception on that play instead of PBU, but I'm glad I got the pass breakup and it was turnover downs.
That'd have been nice. That'd have been about a 105-yard pick six. You got that in you?
Oh, of course, yeah. I got 109 in me.
Rashad had the 100-yarder against Detroit. But the communication on the back end now between you guys and the safeties, whether you're in dime, nickel, or base, how much has that grown over the last 5 weeks?
I mean, yeah, we just growing as a unit. Like everybody like each other in the DB room. Like we real tight. We got real tight over the season. Like outside of the stadium and inside the stadium as well. I mean, so we just love each other in there. Like we just communicating, talking better as the season goes on, and we just got a nice bond going on right now.
And the final question. Not only is it in your room, this locker room it's on fire right now. What about just the surge of energy on this team?
Yeah, nobody in our locker room is really arrogant. Nobody really got the big head. Everybody, we got a lot of momentum going right now. Like, the playoffs started for us 3 weeks ago, so we feel like we can't lose no more games the rest of the season. I mean, so we just gonna keep on going hard for the fans, for the kingdom, and hopefully we can come to our goal, which everybody knows is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job as an offense and as a team in general of just taking what was there. Their defense is a really good defense. They have a lot of great players. They throw a lot of different coverages and blitzes at you, and I felt like we did a good job of taking what was there. Whenever we got opportunity to take shots, we did, and then when they got us, we got to try to get the ball in my hand and get it to a guy to make plays in space.
So looking at the score, after you scored, did you recap counting on your fingers. What was the meaning behind that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was just out there having fun. I mean, me and my teammates, we were going out. We had a big score before the half, and I was just trying to enjoy it. I mean, you see me play I play with emotion, and I like to go out there and just have fun with my teammates.
Was that something you thought about during the week that you would do?
No, not at all. Honestly, I don't think about celebrations and stuff like that. I leave that to Tyreek and Kelsey and those guys, and I just kind of go out there and just enjoy the moment. And that's kind of who I am. Is I play with a lot of passion, and I like to go out there and just be out there with those guys.
What was the meaning of that then? Counting to 10?
I don't know if there's necessarily a meaning. I was just kind of just in the moment and just enjoying it. I mean, we kind of had a big score there with Dustin coming off the roughing the punter and then getting the first down and scoring before half, knowing you're getting the ball out of the second half. I knew it was a big moment in the game, and you have to take advantage when you get opportunities in the red zone against that defense.
You can do that after any touchdown in any stadium. Why here? Why did that come out of you here, do you think?
I don't know why a lot of things come out when I do celebrations, but I just kind of try to just go out there and enjoy it. And I know I can't dance or anything like that, so I leave that to the receivers, and I just do what I can do.
So is there something in the years of knowing that other teams have a chance to take you?
No, I mean, I think anyone that goes about it and as a competitor wants to be the first guy, but you know that you know that there's a process to it, and not everyone's can be picked first. And I ended up in a great situation in Kansas City, situation where I wanted to be at, some organization that's kind of taken me and made me the best player that I could be at this time. And so I'm just excited that I'm here now, and I was able to go out there and find a way to win a football game.
Shade aside, are you impressed and are you comfortable where the team is overall, offensive, defensive, special teams going into the playoffs and going into the season finale next year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're building. I think that's been the biggest thing you've seen these last 4 to 5 to 6 weeks. I mean, we really just took this process of building each and every week. The defense, you can see the steady improvement every single week and how they're not letting up any week. And then offensively, we're starting to get back on track to where we were at the beginning of the season. I think that comes with a lot of healthy guys getting back in the flow of things, and we're kind of building that chemistry that we had at the beginning of the season. And so I'm just excited that we're kind of moving offense, defense, special teams in the right direction.
Being on the sidelines, what did you see Terrell Suggs bringing to this defense?
Yeah, I mean, he was around the play. I mean, that's what you expect when you get a guy of that caliber, of that talent. Is no matter if it was a run play, if he was pass rushing or whatever he was doing, he was always in the mix of making plays. And so I think as he gets more and more knowledge of this defense and learns it more, I think you'll see him getting more and more involved.
Off-platform throws that you make, where you're throwing off your right foot or you're dropping down sidearm, the different ways to do that, is that based on the timing of the routes in the window that you see, or is that just kind of naturally just going out there making plays and not thinking about it?
Yeah, I think it's more trying to just find any way possible to get the ball to those receivers, tight ends, and running backs and let them make plays. The one where I was ran the read option with the option to throw as well, I ran to the left, and I think it was Big 47 was out there, and he had his hands up, and I knew I couldn't get it to Blake, but I needed to find a way to do it, and so I just dropped it sidearm. And I think that just comes with stuff that we've worked on in training camp all the way throughout the season. So those guys are ready for that type of stuff, and I'm just going to try to find the way to get them the football.
You guys are losing a running back to an injury each week. What does that do to the running game when you're never sure who's going to be in there from them?
Yeah, I think it takes a great mindset in that running back room. Whenever whoever it is, numbers gets called, they're coming up and stepping up and making plays. And so that comes with the mentality they have in that running back room, is they're preparing themselves each and every week to be ready to go. And then whenever they're getting their opportunity, they're making plays.
Can you take us through the touchdown run, what you saw and how it opened up for you?
Yeah, so we kind of had a little bit of a flood type concept to the right, and as I saw the D-line stunning, and they were kind of like trying to butch, I guess what we call it, on Kels and disrupt his timing. I just saw the whole left side open up with their two-man scheme that they had going on. And so once I saw that, and I saw that I could kind of make a run for it, I was expecting to just try to get a first down, but it really opened up, and I was able to get in the end zone.
What did you say to Trubisky after the game?
Yeah, I mean, I told him, the quarterback talk, a good game, everything like that. I mean, he's a good guy, a great guy who works extremely hard. And so I respect him and his game. And we see each other sometimes in the offseason, and I'll be sure to catch up with him then.
Do you feel like you have a rivalry with him and Watson?
I don't know if it's necessarily a rivalry. Any quarterback you play with in this league, you want to go out there and win, of course. And so, I mean, it's not a rivalry, I guess you would say, but it is competitive, and you want to go out there and be the best and every time you step on the field.
A couple more guys. Damien Williams back in, and what does it do for you when he's in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great football player. The way he's able to catch the ball in the backfield, run the ball out of the backfield, and also block, I mean, he can really do everything. And so for us to have him back is just another asset that we can throw out in that offense that can help us spread the defense out and hopefully keep us rolling and moving in a positive direction.
Patrick, was preparation any different this week going up against Coach Nagy with his history in Kansas City?
I mean, other than I think a few code words that you have to kind of change because we have very similar lingo as we go about it. It was pretty much the same. They got us on a blitz that they hadn't shown before. I could probably tell Nags knew a little bit about it. So they got us on that. But other than that, I mean, I thought we did a good job of just kind of having plays that were good versus everything. Their defense, like I said, is a really, really good defense. And they do a lot of different things. And so we just executed and found ways to kind of move it down the field.
All right, Damien, you got to tell us, man, how good was it to be back on that field tonight?
Oh, man, it felt great, being able to come out here and compete with my guys, having that time off, really, put me in perspective, wanting to get back and working hard to get back. At the end of the day, I'm out here and I have fun doing it.
You had some fun tonight. Let's talk about the throw for the touchdown, the 14-yarder. They had a linebacker on you. I go, no, this ain't going to work. What a terrific play. Tell us about it.
No, at the end of the day, Pat seen something. He seen there was a man, like you say, he seen they had a linebacker on me. At the end of the day, I don't care who it is. I'm gonna get in that end zone if you're in front of me.
You're able to hit that second gear. I want to ask you too. We talked about this a little bit during the show, but we were backed up a couple times in this game. You had some big runs backed up. What about just locking your jaw and going, okay, I'm gonna get us something here to give us some room?
When you're backed up, you have to come out with a different mentality. At the end of the day, they know you're running it, and we know we're running it. So at the end of the day, the best man wins. So when you're backed up, at the end of the day, all you can do is push forward. And that's what I'm going to do is push forward.
You push forward. It was impressive. But the way this offense is clicking now and getting everybody involved, what does that mean now? Because this is kind of the way it was early in the season. We saw it in camp. But what about this thing all clicking right now?
Oh, man, once you get everybody rolling, on the outside, on the inside, we're a hard team to beat. Once you get the run game and the passing game, at the end of the day, Pat's going to do his thing. But when me and the O-line, get it rolling, it's an ugly offense for everybody.
He's back, Chiefs Kingdom. He's back. What do you want to tell the Kingdom?
Oh, let's ride. I'm here, 2-6 zone. Keep that channel right.
All right, stay tuned. We'll have more coming up.
Man, that's the leader. When your quarterback is your leader and he has swagger and he playing with that confidence, and that's what we feed off of. And Pat, since day one, since I got here, he's been leading this team. Year 3, and he's just been a hell of a leader, man. And I'm just glad to have him as my quarterback.
You mentioned before, Frank, that 55 meant something to you because of what Terrell Suggs did in this league prior to you guys becoming teammates. First time playing with him, just what was it like to see him react to the way you guys play and him be a part of it?
Oh, man, it's a legend. When you sitting in the locker room with a future Hall of Famer, 17 years in the league, he got 12 on me. You know what I mean? I've been watching the guy play since I was a little kid, watching him tear apart defenses. Watching him tear apart offenses, watching him rip quarterbacks' heads off, my whole life. So just to have a guy like that in our room, man, I can pick his ear, I can bother him. As a young player in this league, looking up to somebody like that. And one of the reasons, like I said, that's one of the reasons I wear 55. You know what I mean? Some of my favorite players who played this game wore 55. And coming into the league, that was one of the first players I mentioned. We had the same coach, actually, Greg Madison. He was my defensive coordinator, but he specifically coached my position at Michigan. And one of the first things he told me when I got there was, man, you want to be like T. Suggs or what? I was like, no, I want to be like Frank, but something close to it, it wouldn't hurt. But, Coach Madison just, he gave me the game on T. Suggs, and, I've been watching film on him since college, and, kind of helped me develop some of the things I do in my game. And I'm just, like I said, man, since he's been here, just been thankful and just happy, to have a player in our locker room and specifically in our room with his caliber.
Frank, what was the plan to take away Mitch in the zone read tonight?
Well, the plan, honestly, was just to keep the man inside. Okay. I feel like when we was baiting, when we got baited in and we attacked that, when we was attacking that You know, he had that wide cut, the tight end off, tight end coming down, and us either having to stay outside or get under the block. You know, we just got to stay focused on stuff like that because I'm sure we're going to get that in the future. You know, you got some good teams in this league, one of the best teams in our conference. You know what I mean? That's their main thing. You know, I don't want to mention other players and other guys, but that's one of the things one of the best teams in our conference does, and I'm sure we're going to see them in the future.
So Chiefs Rewind again, a victory show, 26-3 here over the Chicago Bears. This Chiefs defense, we talked about it with Charvarius Ward, but they're digging their heels in. Now, red zone, Barbershop, they're top 6 in the league. Goal to go, they got 6 red zone takeaways. What about this team digging their heels in as teams get close to score?
Yeah, you look at the points per game overall, I think we were at 20 for the whole season, but you look at the last 3 weeks, we were at 9, and that's before the night. So that last 3 weeks will even go down more. I mean, under 7 points, week in and week out, not giving up another week without a touchdown. The defense is firing on all cylinders, and we're not having to blitz. We're not having to bring extra defenders. The guys up front are getting it done. They're stopping the run. The front 4, we got guys like Hitchens bringing that fire. He's taking everybody's heads off. He's a man on a mission. And then our guys in the back end, they're covering. They're playing with poise. They're playing with technique. Everybody is communicating. A lot of trust throughout every level of the defense.
I said this on the play-by-play. How terrifying is it to have Terrell Suggs and Frank Clark coming at you like that one play? T-Sizzle brought something tonight.
Hey, he got in there early and made himself known. First play, I think, while he was in there, tackle for loss or tackle for no gain. T-Sizzle is, he's a player. He's going to make plays, and we saw Frank Clark get another sack early on one of Trubisky's scrambles, not throwing it away. So I think our defense just, man, the guys are playing together. They're playing off each other. They're feeding off the energy. Collectively, a team win, and let's not forget about Bucker.
Oh, man, let's talk about Bucker. 19-20, I think, now in field goals, but a career-high 56-yarder. We talk about kickers competing, and he's competing, man. He's hitting tough field goals, but that put the Chiefs up 10-0. How big was that 56 career-yard field goal?
Yeah, going for a career-long field goal in this type of cold weather, the wind was kind of swirling. He drilled it, though. I mean, that thing would have been good for 60. And so I think he was proud about it. Special teams, we always want to be perfect. We always look for perfection on special teams. So we had a mixed extra point. But all in all, I think the special teams did very well. Coverage units, we had a couple returns by McCole Hardman to set us up for some short fields. So I think Dave told me very, very happy with how we did on special teams.
Yeah, and overall, another team win here. To do it complete like this 5 weeks now, to see it, it's not just the offense, it's not just the defense, and special teams adding in here. This is where it gets really interesting for this Chiefs team, and the rest of the league is noticing.
Yeah, people talk about momentum. They thought this might have been a trap game, right? The Bills didn't win, so maybe we thought we had a little leeway. We might not get the we don't even care about no 2 spot. We don't care what position. We know the playoffs are coming, and we want to be hitting on all cylinders when February hits, getting ready for Miami.
And you need to be part of the all cylinders. Next week, to close out the regular season at home, the Chiefs will try to go 27-3 against the AFC West. But this playoff seeding, Barbershop, is still up for grabs. We'll be together on the Defending the Kingdom podcast this week. But Chiefs Kingdom, we'll see you at Arrowhead next week to try to keep this rolling and get a 6th straight win.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by Community America Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.